Hello. Today we're going to make Yuca. I bought this at the store. I saw it there, and I haven't made it in a long time. It's actually called Yuca, but a lot of people know it as Yucca. It's the root of a tropical plant, and it's very common to Latin American and Caribbean cuisines. It's a lot like a potato, but it has a more velvety texture. And a lot of times you'll find it with rice and beans and some kind of a meat dish, and you squeeze some lime and salt on it. It's really, really delicious. So I thought I'd make it. It's a little tougher than a potato. So and it's often, when you buy it, it's coated with wax. So and I guess that's to retain the moisture in the roots. Otherwise, it would dry out. So the best way is just to do what I'm doing, is to hold it like this and slice off the hard exterior. You could use a vegetable peeler, but you'd need a really tough vegetable peeler, and this is a lot easier. Just to slice off the exterior, the tough exterior of the root. And I first had this when I was in New York City, and there was a Cuban restaurant around the block, and I used to go there and get the ropa vieja, which is dirty clothes, or old clothes, I think that's what it translates to. And it was basically a shredded, long simmered pork dish, and they served it up with a side of this root and some black beans and yellow rice, and I just have very fond memories of it. So every once in a while I'll see this at the store and I'll get it and cook it. So I've got pretty much all of this rough stuff off of it, and I've got about a pot of boiling water here, and I'm going to salt the water pretty generously. And remember, when you salt the water, you're salting the water, you're not salting the vegetables. So you want the water to have a decent amount of salt content, because it depends on the vegetable, but vegetables are more readily or not will absorb the salt from the water. So if there's not a lot of salt in the water, then there really is not a whole lot of point to it. So I always generously salt the water, and that way of salting, it really permeates the vegetable, and the flavor is much, much better than just putting the salt on the top, which is basically you're just tasting salt and not the vegetable. And the way that this is usually prepared is in spears. So I've cut the root in half here, you'll see, and I'm slicing once I cut it half lengthwise, I cut it half widthwise, and then each half into half again widthwise until I get my spears. And so now I've got 8 pieces. I'm going to cut it into 16 spears, and that will go into the water. Alright, so throwing it into the boiling water, and it boils for a very long time, probably about an hour and a half, and I will let you know for sure when it's done. Hi, so now my yucca root is cooked, and it took about an hour and 45 minutes for that to cook, but it has become this somewhat translucent cooked spear, and I'm going to put them on a baking dish, and I'm going to roast them further. They're cooked, and you can eat them like this, and they're still delicious, but I'm going to roast them and get the surfaces just a little caramelized, add some salt, and maybe a little bit of oil, and it'll increase the sort of the chewiness of them, which will be nice. So this is what they look like, and they're done, hour and 45 minutes. You can eat them like this, and they're delicious, or you can go ahead and roast them further and create a little bit of a browning. Well, good. Great.